we are talking with the tennis team today. We have Hayden Bellamy, Lexi Schrader, and Sam Dietrich. Thanks for joining us this morning, ladies.
Thanks for having us. Thanks.
So, Lexi and Sam, you guys finished 2-2, just shy of the medal round, and Hayden, you finished 3-1 and placed in 5th place with a 6-9 win. And the team entirely finished 8th out of 22 teams. That's the highest placing that Colby's done in 12 years. Just overall initial feelings on knowing that you've made some sort of impact in the sports department of the Colby Eagles.
I actually, when we went into that, I did not know that we had it placed in the top 10 in 12 years with state tennis, so I thought that was cooler than medaling, even that we kind of broke something that hasn't been done in a very long time.
Yeah, and we couldn't have done it without all of the team support because most of the varsity went down with us, and it was just a really good support for us, and it helped me a lot.
Yeah, I felt like we did make an impact on the team, and like for those that weren't able to make it there, then we were able to give them something, I guess.
Hayden, you finished with the best record in all of the GWAC and all of Kansas with a 32-1 record. How does that happen?
A lot of time in practice.
How long have you been playing tennis?
I actually only started when I was a freshman,
Wow.
which is very odd, I guess you'd say, in
Sure.
tennis. So a lot of practice and a lot of driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What got you into tennis?
Oh, Wendy.
Wendy?
Yeah.
So your coach, and that's Wendy Wiesar, right?
Weiser.
Weiser. And so Sam and Lex, you guys finished with a 27-6 record and finishing 3rd overall in regionals. How does doubles work in that sense? Did you guys grow up playing tennis together, or were you guys matched when you joined the Eagles?
I started off playing singles this season, and it wasn't going too well, so Wendy, she took me aside, she's like, okay, we're going to start you on doubles, and she had me pick a partner, and it just worked out really well.
Yeah.
And so I would say that you guys are good friends.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you're playing tennis, I've never played tennis. I like watching tennis. When it comes to doubles, you rely a lot on each other. And so when you're going through practice, what are some of those things that you guys talk about, or even in the game, when things are either going well or going bad?
We try to make sure we have confidence, and like we try to laugh and joke with each other to keep ourselves out of our heads and keep on our feet. And
Yeah, lots of jokes during the play. Yeah.
Do you think it was more or less pressure when you have somebody that you're accounting for, or is it more of that trust that's been built over? I'm not sure how long you guys have been playing together. It seems just this year, but building that camaraderie. Does that add more pressure, leave more, or alleviate the pressure, or how does that work for you guys, especially in doubles?
for me personally, I would say that I feel like it helps with the pressure because they're helping you, they're smiling at you, keeping you up, but it's also like you're kind of scared that you'll let them down, but you just gotta look towards them and just help them keep you on your feet, I guess.
Sure. And so Hayden, again, being the #1 seed in your regional and as well as in the state, what kind of pressure does that put on you, or does it kind of just go to the wind? Because obviously your 32-1 speaks for itself.
I would say I just try not to think about it during season and kind of just go out there and treat every match like a new one, and like it doesn't matter what my record is because I need to win it either way. So I really just try not to think about it, and then usually I'll look at that stuff after season if I even do.
Sure. So when you're going into a match, and you all can answer individually here, what are some of the routines you do? Is there a certain sort of like method that you do before, or are you guys superstitious? I know some athletes, myself, very superstitious when I would go out to the ball field, or anything like that for you guys?
Team superstition. We always play Hakuna Matata and I'll make a man out of you before every match. And
That's
we just
amazing.
belt it out on the card. It's a good mood booster and kind of relaxes all of us before we play.
And so that's the entire team that does
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Sing it at the top of our lungs.
So before you guys even put anything into the game, you guys got to get the vibe up, get your mood going before anything
Yes.
like that can happen.
Yep.
Definitely.
That's amazing. So once you play the Hakuna Matata and I'll make a man out of you, what goes next in your preparation?
We warm up as a team, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Just having that team bonding before playing. And then everybody just kind of branches out and does what they need to do.
All right, so I'll go down the line here. Hayden, what were some of the emotions and feelings that you got when you, one, realized that you were going to regionals and state, and then when you were competing?
I would say just kind of excitement, but really the excitement didn't kick in till like after state, I would say, because I really tried to stay calm about it all. And I would say since it wasn't my first time going, the nerves were a lot less, so I wasn't as scared this time.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just tried to keep a even head about it, I guess, and not think too much about it. Just stay calm.
And then Lexi and Sam, how about you guys?
I was a little apprehensive because it's my first time going to state,
Sure.
but I was also like excited and like, yeah, in the moment.
Mine was pretty bittersweet. It was my last year, but just taking in the moment and having as much fun as I could.
Absolutely, and that's actually a specific question I have for you because you are the senior of the group. Combining your total time here at Colby, what are some of the highlights or things you're going to miss about Colby High School or just the Colby tennis team in general?
The family aspect of it. It's just you create new bonds and stronger bonds every year, and it's just a bunch of fun. And really bittersweet feelings at the end, but.
Do you guys have any sort of ideas or plans or aspirations you want to go into after high school? You all are upperclassmen, and Lexi or Sam being the only senior. What are some of those aspirations and plans afterwards? Is there a pursuit for tennis in college or things like that?
For me, it'd be just playing tennis with friends, not specifically tennis in college, but just with friends.
And any sort of major or school you're looking at?
Radiology.
Radiology? Yeah. Nice.
I'm just thinking of doing tennis as a hobby or like for fun, just going out with friends. And
I would very much like to play college tennis on like an actual team.
Sure, yeah.
And definitely am looking into that and trying to get recruited. And I guess for a career major, I want to be a marine biologist.
Awesome. So Lexi and Sam are just going to go ahead and just kick butt at Fight Park on the weekends. Well, thanks, ladies, so much for joining us this morning. This is the Funk Optometry pregame show this week in Eagle Athletics. We'll be back with more. Welcome back to the Funk Optometry pregame show. It's time for This Week in Eagle Athletics, a special edition as we have the girls, Colby girls golf team. They are the regional state runner-ups and the 3-2-1 regional champions. Girls, thank you so much for joining us here in the studio today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So, the team competed last week in the regional state, and you guys finished second as a whole. Tell me a little bit about that, as you know, emotions coming out with that, and I'm assuming some of this is your first time competing. I think you guys are on your first time.
Yeah, so this is my first state, and it was a good experience. I learned a lot. At times it was pretty stressful, but overall it was good, and I'm glad I got to experience it.
And I believe, Anna, you've been in this position before. I believe you finished first last year as well, correct?
I finished first my freshman year, and last year I was runner-up.
That's right. And then this year you finished first in the regional championship. Talk a little bit about that.
It was good. You know, I tried to play as best I could. I was struggling a little bit that day, but I just thought I had to put a good score up there for a team, and that's what I tried to do.
And then in the regional state, you finished in third. Talk about going to that state competition. Obviously, you're playing with a lot more competitive group, and coming in with coming in as the placing first in regionals. Does that add pressure to you, or what's your mentality going in?
Yeah, I got a little bit nervous. I do about every year because it's state, you know. We got to perform our best, but I tried to think of it's a 2-day tournament, and I tried to think that what I had to do was put the best score I possibly could for our team to give us the best shot.
Absolutely. Now, this is a question for all 6 of you. Obviously, sports bring people together. I would say that this is a pretty tight-knit group, obviously competing and doing so well in, Kansas sports. What has that sort of journey together been like for all 6 of you?
Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, we all get along really well, and I'd say we're pretty close friends. So,
senior year, I played golf with a lot of these girls, most of my high school experience, and it's been a lot of fun. I met one of my best friends playing golf, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, golf has done a lot for me personally, and I hope it has done a lot for everybody else too.
I think it's a really great deal to be able to be a part of such a great team and like get to go to practice every day and just laugh with each other, but then also have a serious part on the other side of that.
Yeah, I've been playing all 4 years, and this has been the best team I've ever been on. love all these girls.
Aw. Definitely a lot of love in the room. Obviously, as well, if you guys can just tell me how you all got started in golf. Is it something you guys started when you were younger, or is this kind of something that you kind of took up when you got into high school?
I was going to play volleyball,
Yeah.
and I decided I don't like the running, I don't like the conditioning. So my grandpa and my dad are really into golf, so I decided I'd go out, and they helped me through it. So
Obviously well enough to compete at such a high level, so that's awesome.
I've been golfing for as long as I could remember, but I never started to actually take it serious until I got into the high school level, and then like it was a whole new game from there, and just like all the things you learned after that, and it's just a way better experience.
Yeah, I definitely just started kind of brand new my freshman year. I played a little when I was younger, but freshman year I kind of got back into it. My very first tournament starting off was 9 holes in Oakley, and I shot an 80 on 9 holes. And it definitely got a lot better since then, but it was a rough start, but you know, kind of progressing as the years went by is kind of cool. Because each year, you know, you kind of just shave strokes more and more and more until, you know, you're playing pretty decent.
I started out whenever I was in junior golf, and I really liked it, but I thought that I liked volleyball more at the time.
Sure.
And nobody really thought that I was going to play golf, but in the end I kind of decided that golf was more my thing a little bit, and so I started working more on it and got better as time went. So
The first time I picked up the clubs, I was like maybe one time before my freshman season. I went out with my dad, and I kind of just decided, hey, this is kind of something neat that I want to try, and so I went with it and I did it, and I've been a part of it, and I've grown and learned so much about it. I'm constantly learning things. I didn't think it was possible, but I'm always learning something new, and that is great, and I love that. And so yeah, I'm continuing to play and continuing to get better each day.
I started out when I was really young. Like Brinley, I've been playing as long as I can remember. My dad is actually the one who got me into it. He's a golf coach, kind of introduced me, I don't know, when I was 9 or something.
Sure, yeah.
Brinley and I actually grew up playing tournaments together in junior golf, all when we were younger, so yeah.
That's awesome. See, I've never held a golf club, so I have no idea what it's like to even swing. I grew up playing baseball, so my swing's up here, not down here. But going on with a little bit more of the kind of competition, you guys were one of the 6 teams to continue on day 2, and you guys played 18 holes on both of those days, correct?
Yes.
How do you prepare mentally and physically for a sport like that you know, it's going to take a lot of time. It takes up a whole day going 9 holes on the front end and then on the back end. Do you guys do anything as a team to get each other ready, or is there an individual preparation or something like that?
I just kind of tell myself we have to do it, so I gotta go play the best I can.
Sure.
Obviously, the worst part is walking all of it. So I think you just really have to be in the right mindset and stay patient, because it will go downhill if you don't.
Yeah, I think a way I try and think of it, especially because it's 2 days, you gotta, even if you have like a rough start or something, you still have so much golf left.
Sure,
You
yeah.
have, 34 holes left? Even if you play 2 holes, have a bad hole, you just gotta shake it off and keep going. Yeah, you just kind of have to have fun with it, because if you don't have fun, it turns into some long days.
Yeah, I've heard it could get pretty stressful. I mean, personally, I don't know if I'd ever take up golf. I know I get pretty frustrated pretty easily when I'm not doing well in a sport, but you guys, I'm sure if we all went golfing, you guys would kick my butt any day of the week. Anna and Brinley finishing in 3rd and 7th. Talk a little bit about, for you guys, that experience finishing at the top of basically your class there in the top 10.
Well, I was pretty nervous actually the first day. I did okay, but I knew that I had to play better the second day to get up there in that top 10 area. And I tried to just go out and do my best and just see how it would turn out, and I ended up getting 3rd.
Yeah, so going into the competition, I knew my goal was to come home with a state medal. So even after having a bad first round, I really just had to focus in and grind away and just stay calm and go back to my basics to just make a better score.
You guys talked about how you just have to go right into it. You know it's going to be a day of battling. Are there any superstitions you guys have? I know that a lot of athletes do. They have a little bit of a ritual or superstition. We had the tennis team come in and they told us that they listened to I'll Make a Man Out of You from the Mulan movie. And they would listen to that on the way there. Is there anything that you guys do that kind of brings you guys together? Or maybe there's a playlist you got or a weird sort of like pre-game meal you eat or post-game meal you get ready for the next day?
So actually, all weekend there was this one TikTok song that kept going through our heads, and it was just our song for the weekend. So like someone would just start singing it, and then everyone would just be stuck with that song. So that was probably our song. We sang it like during our round to give ourselves a little laugh or something.
What song was that?
I don't know what it is.
I'm not really sure.
Can you give us a little sample?
I honestly don't have it on the top of my head.
So the three of you guys, this will be your last year as an Eagle. What are some of those sentiments or feelings that you guys are having?
I'm going to miss it a lot. I'm going to miss the golf team.
I think it's such like a big deal to be a part of such a great team and be able to go back to school and be like, yeah, I was a part of a team that was a 4-time state runner-up, and like just being able to share something so great with each other is just a whole new world.
I agree. Yeah, senior year is a crazy time, and you're cramming in so much stuff at once. And golf definitely I got behind on a lot of homework, but I enjoyed it a lot, and I enjoyed playing with these girls. And I'm gonna be really sad not to see it next year, but I'll be cheering them on, hoping they can win another runner-up.
And then I guess as a whole, do you guys have any plans? And this is not just for the seniors, obviously we got the younger classmen here too, but any ideas or plans that you guys want to do moving on to secondary education, working in trade, anything like that? Or anyone wants to play golf collegiately? That's also pretty cool.
I hope to play golf on the college level. We'll see what happens, but that would be a big goal of mine.
I don't know if I'd play college golf, and I still haven't even figured out a major or anything.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm kind of freaking out. Senior year is everybody's expecting it. Like, what do you want to do? And I have no idea.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could play at the college level, and I haven't decided yet. But.
And then juniors and.
I mean, golf is one of my top sports,
Yeah.
but we'll see for the future, I guess. So.
I think for me it's more or less a game that I can just play for fun, like any time on my own with my friends and type thing, or even like a club. So I think I'll continue to play golf, not at the college level, but just overall.
Sure.
I think I'd like to try and play college golf when that time comes. So.
Sure. All right, well, just let me know whenever at the golf course, so then I don't show up, so I don't embarrass myself in front of the pros. But otherwise, congratulations on your great titles, on your just incredible historic season, and thanks for joining us tonight in the studio tonight.
Thank you.